Hi, hello. I'm Anna the Mouse, and welcome back to Tavern Talk. Jade and Kumo returned from the parents' quest, and we're just about to figure out what they have been talking about after being stuck with the parents on a muddy rock for hours due to incoming tides. For example, did you know the primordial flood was caused by the pyre erupting? The pyre? You mean the biggest volcano in all of Asteria nestled right in the Leviathan's domain? Totally saying this to explain it also to the player because they probably don't have an idea? Yeah, apparently it erupted and it collapsed. Covered all the primordial sea in ash instead of a tsunami. It should not be doing that. No. Do you think powerful magic was afoot? Probably not. What use is a giant tsunami to anyone? Maybe they wanted to be... What? Probably not. Probably cause chaos or something. A tsunami isn't that causes all you and your parents talked about? No. Mostly we talked about the leaving thing. They said that not a day went by where they didn't regret what they've done. I asked why they didn't come back then. They didn't have an answer for that. Mom said she was proud of my knife throwing skills though. I never thought they'd apologize. They owned up to it all of it. As awful as it was. I hadn't planned for that. They wanted to make up for everything and be part of my life. They also said it was up to me. What I wanted. What do you want? A family. Is that stupid? No, it's not. Have you forgave them? No, not yet. I have to see if they actually meant what they said first. I can't trust them right now. We don't really know each other anymore. Who knows if we'll get along. But they did say they want to get to know me. And I think I might like that too. They're just so different. It feels like I'm angry at people that don't exist anymore. Well, you're still allowed to be angry. Even if they change, they hurt you. Neither forgiveness nor forgetting is required. It just feels unfair. Like I'm harboring resentment for ghosts. But I'll try to be honest with them. I owe that to myself. Plus, Jade threatened to decapitate them if they ever hurt me again. They'd stand no chance. None. Could I have a drink now too? Sure! Let's trade! Right. A secret. No, a name. I assume Jade didn't know you as Kumo because your parents didn't call you that. Correct. What did they call you then? I don't know. I'm not... I'll trade you my name. Just give the guy a drink. Your first name? Those are quite precious to Maida, right? Very. See it as a secret to trade for. I'm listening. Alicia. That's a beautiful name. I don't respond to flattery. Fair? But thank you. It's definitely better than mine. Yours fits you. It does not. If you say so. Are you called Baby Blue or something maybe? Or like Cutie Patootie or something? Or like Crying Badger? Because the I don't know. So, not Alicia. What would you like in exchange? Maybe something that'll stop me from choking on my words. In case I have to do more of this emotional thing. I've definitely got something for that. It's a spoken heart. I'm a little bummed that I don't get Kumo's real name, but Alicia. That's such a cool name. One spoken heart coming up. Here you go. Some fluid emotional vulnerability. It tastes a lot better than it sounds. Feels a lot better too. Maybe. I still need to call you something else though, if Kumo is out. It is. What have you got for me then? I don't. I'm running out of names. Jade, can I? No, my name. Fine, how about... Dave. You know what? Sure, I'll go with it. I mean, I've called you Don, I can call you Dave. Not cool fantasy-esque, but... Sure. I'm proud of you, Dave. For everything you've gone through, and for the choosing what's right for you. Thank you. Do you need a hug? May already have got the one from Jade. Speaking of me, I got to go. Want to check in with Grace and her goons. See you around, airboy. See you around, Alicia. I mean, am I the only one who had... I'm a physically very affectionate person. I would be like, hug? Yeah, sure. Load them up. I can get hugs in like truck loads. Just give them. What about you? Care to linger a little longer? I need some time to think all this over. Maybe even feel it too. Is Fable back yet? I think cheesecake would make for a great distraction right now. No, I thought maybe you ran into them on the way back. I didn't. So Melly isn't back yet either. No, I'm afraid not. Cool, great. I guess I'll talk to... Kellen? Your parents? Maybe. Do you think they still love me? I don't know. I hope they do. I hope they'll love you well. But I don't know. I don't know what other people... I do know that other people love you. And that if your parents fail to live up to what you deserve, you won't be loved any less. I'd like to believe that. Sometimes I think even my own parents could leave me. Anyone could. Don't measure your worth by the actions of people that hurt you. Nothing good can come of that. Very thankful to have met you. Anyway, I'm also part of the night, or whatever, so I must go. Farewell. See you soon. Man, those really are some deep. This is some deep shit we're getting into. Very, very emotional stuff. God. Oh, isn't that's barbecue day? Oh. Oh. Well, the chapter 20. Melly!
Innkeeper! Surprise!
Nice to see you back. Is Fable with you?
No, Should they be?
They were looking for you.
They aren't very good detective then.
I'm happy to see you well, Millie. I'm so happy. Oh my god. Everyone was worried about you.
Why? I'm great at taking care of myself.
You are. But what have you been? Where have you been all this time?
Investigating things, obviously. Like the flood. My investigation led me to Mortalia. Or more like, they did. Nico, Boy, and Hex, I mean. I followed them to Mortalia. They were talking about mysteries and puzzles, and I'm trying to solve a mystery, so I couldn't let the opportunity pass me by.
You're lucky. People usually pay a lot of money to spend time with me.
Why?
Well, because I'm like famous.
But I didn't go there because of you. I was following clues.
Okay.
I stayed outside. My case is about a wizard. Not this time.
Where's Hex anyway? You know, doing wizard things. Like artisan? That would be fun. But instead he chose to study. He immediately wanted to check out the spells we found. Oh well, that is very typical of him. Though he seemed pretty disheartened. How come? Not sure. I guess he didn't find what he was looking for. Maybe because the world's greatest treasure was already traveling with him. Nice. And what would that be? Me. Never mind. He told us to keep an eye out for any time magic razzle dazzle. But we found nothing. At least you managed to get inside and return safely. Yeah. That's the way there was easy peasy. We got there thanks to Nico pulling off a shape-shifting trick and pretending to be a merchant. Still, some guy's coat and face used his reputation to give us a boat ride in Molia. Said I wanted to meet the real estate agent from the Mecocracy to buy the island. I told them to pick us up in a week or so. By then we'd be far gone. What happened once you reached the island? I'm quite intrigued. I really am. And I'm so happy Melly returned, and I'm so happy. Before we tell anything, I'd like a drink. Something that goes like honey and will make my poetry flow like wild river. Nothing easier than that. I think. I hope. Spoken heart. But now I just wonder, where's Fable? Some honey for those vocal cords. Enjoy. That's what I'm talking about. Amazing. Can we move on to the story now? You got somewhere to be? No, but I'm getting bored. We got to Morlia, an island so small it's basically at the tower's wild backyard. As I walk between the crystalline roses, I expected to see a secret passageway hidden behind every corner. I almost brought you back a rose. Aw, why didn't you? I thought you wouldn't like it. Aw, I would've. Oh, okay. Let's, moving on. The tower itself reached so high, I thought it might be reaching out to kiss the moon itself.
It was really tilted, about a 5-degree angle. I measured it with my paws. The bricks were still wet. I'm sure the tsunami shook its foundation.
I think the waves would have done us a favor and knocked down the door, but nope. That locked door was the first challenge. Indigo's lockpicks broke. Seemed like a skill issue. Broke? Skill issue? Bro, the door ate my lockpicks. Oh, a door mimic. A classic first step to securing your establishment.
You talk like you've seen one before.
Have you ever tried opening my door when the inn is closed?
No.
If you do, don't use any lockpicks and take care of your fingertips. So, how'd you get inside? By charming it. Hex forgot his spellbook and couldn't get the arcane lock-unlock spell to work. And obviously, it would let us just like that. So he decided to play the mimic a tune. Yeah, that was amazing, bro. Your fancy tunes are the GOAT. I was nervous. I never played in front of a mimic before, so I wasn't sure what their taste in music was. I decided to play something emotional, something that would melt its metaphorical heart. A song of woe. Who would have thought it literally melt? Yeah. I began playing the first tune and the lock started weeping before I reached the chorus. Tears were streaming down his face. And as if it was so hot or made of acid, the door melted away. Afterwards, the log lay in a puddle of wood, sobbing and thanking me for my performance.
That's not a very sturdy lock.
It just sounds very in touch with its emotions. We stepped over the door's remnants and into the tower. It was much taller and big on the inside. Like a pocket dimension. So freaking cool. Except a tower can't really fit in your pockets. But X walked ahead. Guy was really distracted. He didn't even listen to my poem about the symbiotic relationship between X and door. For a long time we didn't encounter anything. Just a long hallway, no doors, but only a bunch of strange paintings. Of course, most of the hallway didn't go on forever, so eventually we reached the staircase. After like 5.5 minutes. Eternity.
Meanwhile, I was outside, investigating the flora and fauna. Everything was very peculiar, like it was all from another world. The colors were different, very blue, almost spectral. And there was a lot of spider webs, or yarn, not sure which. Suddenly, the ground shook and almost knocked me off my feet.
Who would have guessed that Who could have guessed that there were pressure plates on those stairs? I wasn't paying attention. I was too careless. One wrong step and a pressure plate triggered an explosion and... Clunk! The whole staircase began crumbling down into a pit of nothingness. Bit by bit, starting from the bottom, I rushed upwards to safety, away from the weird wizard abyss. I stumbled, and if it hadn't been for Hex, I'd been mush. He grabbed me by my hand and pulled me up. But he is really the strongest, so we almost tumbled down together instead. I figured I couldn't just leave them to fall to their pathetic destiny. So I zoomed down to grab Hex by his collar and pulled both him and Boy back up. Thank you for saving us, Nico. No problem, Boy. Don't get used to it.
You didn't expect a trap like that? After all, a great wizard would want to protect her treasure.
I get really distracted by all the gold hanging from the walls. The staircase ended in a wondrous library that spiraled endlessly higher around the tower's inside walls. We lost Hex at the bottom in the first row of books, of course. A lot of them were drenched. Didn't seem like the tower was waterproof. There was still primordial water dripping down from somewhere above. We couldn't make out the ceiling. Tried to reach it though. The second story of the spiral staircase library had 3 paths leading away. Each path ended in a door, and all 3 doors were closed and marked with runes or paintings or rusty old locks. I got sucked into looking at the library's beautiful mirrors. Each of them depicted a different story. One of them was a mosaic of mirrors. That one was my favorite. Watching Hex look at books was like reading a thriller. Almost every second book was triggered with a trap, but he figured out the pattern quickly. Something, Fibonacci, I don't know.
Once I was able to pry myself away from the burrows, I started looking for spell things. I knew Hex was the most interested in those, and, you help when you can.
I didn't. I mostly looked at all the small treasures lying around. The wizard had this really cool staff with a chonker of a gemstone embedded at the top. I imagined the damage I could do with that. But I also found something else that was really cool. Here, take a look.
What? Okay, something changed, and I don't know what. Oh, it's behind Voy. Ah.
It's dope, right?
What is this?
It's a weather jar, duh. It shows the weather like in another realm.
I see. Let me guess. Avalon?
You knew you'd get it.
I found some spell scrolls. One of them had golden runes on it. Hex liked that one, but he didn't love it, Then, nestled between a few red velvet armchairs, I found a glass case. It had a golden frame and a scroll placed inside, neatly in the middle. The scroll was floating and all that. I knew Hex was looking for more spells, so I called for him. As soon as I mentioned an oddly floating scroll, he came sprinting upwards, staring at the glass case. He already had another scroll tucked in his coat. Honestly, I was expecting him to carry half of the library at that point. But I guess I couldn't. That could have been too heavy for him.
Of course, the stupid glass case was also a puzzle.
Had no lock, no lid, no nothing. Just glass and a gold frame.
The scroll said was glowing a promising blue. I suggested breaking the glass. Hex gave me his finest desk there.
So, my nose is itchy. So, he investigated the puzzle himself.
While they were doing boring side quests, I made sure to stuff my pockets. Found a jeweled silver paperweight shaped like a bird that will make for a great blunt weapon.
Hex was too scared we'd destroy the scroll by triggering another contraction, so he suggested we look around in the adjacent rooms.
The riddle doors.
Hex only had to look at them for a mere second before figuring them out. Apparently, all of those mirrors and rooms were referencing a story hidden somewhere in the library.
So I made a search for it.
It was tricky. We didn't want to trigger the book traps after all. It was like the library knew it would tempt us the most. I kept seeing books about forgotten songs, rare instruments, and romantic poetry.
And I saw books about burglary and fraud.
Even had to tackle you on the ground one time so you wouldn't blow us up.
Who can resist a good scheme?
It was kind of exciting seeing Hex hop up and down the stairs looking for the right books. First password was password. Second password was passwords past the password. Password is past the password. And the third one was passwords past the password's password.
You wish, but no.
It was 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy to crack. Good for you. The first room was an alchemy lab full of apparatuses that I've never seen before. Most of the liquids had gone dry, but Hex insisted on taking whatever was left along with us anyways.
Wouldn't let me taste it though. Then I was more interested in the study hidden behind the second door.
He was really determined to crack all of the old wizard's mysteries.
We helped what we could, but listen, I only have like 3 brain cells.
Oh my god, that is so relatable. Yeah, that's relatable. The soundscape of the town was kind of depressing. Silence broke only by the dripping of water and the cracking of old wood. So I sweetened it with a song.
It was very easy to get into the flow of that bomb music. Woyo.
Thank you.
Hex didn't find the key to the glass case, but at least he found a blueprint showing how it was built. Maybe he can find out how to open it using that. That'd be nice. He was pretty beaten up by everything, though. Yeah, couldn't find what he was looking for. Not even in the third room? No. That one was a gem. Didn't know wizards worked out. Maybe it's a distraction from the hidden vault. A hidden vault? Anything good in there? Oh yeah. More than our arms could carry. A bunch of artifacts, most of them probably cursed. Which makes them even cooler! But Innkeep, you don't even know the funniest part yet. Enlighten me. The whole time the wizard had a spare key to the tower under the doormat. The oldest habit of all time, and we didn't even think about checking for it.
I did. But I wanted them to find it for themselves. When they left the tower, I was at the beach with Jade. She had arrived a while ago to pick us up, and I was teaching Onyx new tricks.
She helped us heave all the loot onto her boat. We couldn't take everything with us, so we decided to head back there again another day.
There's one thing that doesn't make sense in this equation, though.
And that would be?
Inico, Void, and Hex traveled alone. Well, except for me, the stowaway. Yet, I found a fresh set of footprints by the coast before Jade ever arrived. Like there was a fifth person on the island. Maybe someone that was just shortly before us.
We didn't even notice, lol. Just like we didn't notice Melina.
I'm sorry for staying hidden for so long.
Don't apologize. I think that just proved your skills as a detective. We've got a lot to learn from you.
What a story! I can't wait to share it with Archie.
I'll be on my way now. Gotta check up on Hex and make sure he didn't accidentally take a book mimic home. You coming with me, Nico? Sure thing. So long, Innkeep. Goodbye, Innkeeper. Don't miss me too much. I'll try not to. Do you need a hug, Melly? I wanna hug you.
Now it's just you and me, Innkeeper.
Indeed. I'm glad you're back.
You're making it sound like I was lost or kidnapped. I was just investigating.
Without telling anyone?
I don't need to tell anyone where I'm going.
People care about you, Melly. They got worried if they don't know where you are. They get worried.
Oh. I'm not used to that. But I care about people too. Like you.
Aw, that's good to hear. Oh Lord. Okay, this is a reunion I've been waiting for. And we'll see the reunion in the next episode. I'll see you around. Bye bye.